What's up, you guys? This is One Classic Gamer here. Welcome back to some more Resident Evil 8 Village. This is part 4 of my Village of Shadows run, and I just want to apologize. I know I cough a bunch in these videos because I'm a freaking pothead, but if I come across sounding like congested at all, it's because I am. I literally just woke up. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't tell people this, but you know what? I've already started, so fuck it, with that whole maybe I shouldn't tell people this, but I have a deviated like septum. My nose is like crooked, and whenever I like sleep on my side and wake up, it's like I can only breathe out of like one of my fucking nostrils. And when that happens, I'm like way more congested than normal. So there you go. There's the, fun fact about me, or personal fact, whatever, that no one wanted to hear. But this is actually a pretty slow part for the most part. There's not much going on here in this part. We're basically just going to be making our way on to the next area for the next flask, which is Moreau's place. And if you guys have played this game, which we've been over this before, if you are here on Village of Shadows, you have played the game before, so you know what's coming up. This section is pretty dang, easy, so give me a sec. These guys right here, man, I don't know what was going on with these guys, but there's a lot of them here, and they take a lot to kill, as you can see. Like, even this guy in the back here, who I thought was dead initially, got back up. So I would not lock yourself here in this room and try to do what I just did, because as you can see, I literally blasted several of them with my shotgun, and it had like no effect whatsoever. But I got a 2-in-1 there, which was pretty awesome. Maybe a 3-in-1, because I see an arm there too, so I don't know. But yeah, I mean, getting back to what I was saying before, this section right here in the beginning is a little bit tricky, and you can easily fumble this if you're not good enough at the combat. But once you take care of those guys, we really don't have to worry about combat, like any more combat in this area. So, actually, I stand corrected, because this guy's going to jump out of the ground here. So, make sure you're not standing near them when they're doing that, by the way, when they're slashing their fucking sickle back and forth, because you can actually take damage if you're standing too close. That's a mistake that I made, a little later in this video, but yeah, this is the last guy in this area here. There is some stuff for us to look around and see. I kept going through this little path here, because I could have sworn there was a crystal fragment hanging here, but I guess not. But yeah, we're going to the third area in today's video. There's also a bird cage, literally right behind us, next to that gravestone, hanging next to the tree that has some Lee in it. So make sure you shoot that. I did cut it out, me getting that, because we're also about to pick up the Sun and Moon Ball, which is going to be the next ball track game, which is in this little shed right here. This door is not open when you initially come through here, as many of you know. But yeah, there's not much story stuff or cutscenes that really happen in this video, so most of this video is just going to be commentary, by the way. I mean, there obviously are some cutscenes that are coming up, but yeah, not for a little bit here. So I found the Madeline head. I didn't know if I was gonna find it or not. Again, you guys gotta take what I say with a grain of salt, because it has been a year since I beat this run. It's actually probably been a year and a half now, because I think I beat this run all the way back in July or August. There's a save station in here. There's Luther's key. That's really important. Make sure you grab that. And there's also a log back here. I'm very close to getting that bookworm trophy. At the end of this video, I only have like one log left basically. So I came back here to this spot because there's a little box that has a sun and moon ball, and in the back there in the corner, like I said, hanging on the tree is a bird cage that has some Lee in it or ammo or whatever. I don't know how those work, those like bird cage things, if like they're random or if they actually give you the same thing like every single time. But we're gonna put the sun and moon ball in here and do this. I love these things, man. I mean, they're so simple, but they're just, something about them is kind of fun. It's like this like game that, it's not really a board game, but like my dad and his siblings used to play it all the time when they were growing up. But it was like this big giant like box that had like knobs on it, and it was like this. It was like a track where you had an iron like metal ball, and you'd have to get it to like the circle by tilting the box with the knobs without dropping the ball in any of the holes, basically. And it's pretty intense. Actually, kind of hard, to be honest. It's not easy, but yeah, these doors are shut suspiciously. I don't know why. And now that we did that, we're gonna head back. There are enemies up ahead, but I'm pretty much just gonna run right by them. There are guys here that are going to shoot arrows at you, so the best thing you can do is just keep running and block if you feel like you're going to get hit. Of course, arrows do a little bit more damage, so blocking doesn't help out as much. But yeah, as soon as we come back through here, there's a ton of these bird cages. Got some handgun ammo. There's one on the back there. There's one over here. There's also something behind us. There's a little side path. I don't know if I actually come back here through this area again. And this is what I was talking about. If you stand too close to these guys when they're coming out of the ground, then they do damage to you. It's really freaking stupid. Yeah, but I think I come back here because I am about to pick up the like half of the gravestone, which when you insert the half of the gravestone into like the where it's supposed to go, it pretty much initiates like a fight, and then if you can beat that fight, then you do get like a reward, a pretty big reward, I think. So here I'm just stocking up on stuff, and yeah, we're gonna explore the village just a little bit. Thankfully, not as much as we did last time, because like I said, this video is mostly me just going on to the next area, which is actually a pretty short area. There's not much going on in this next area other than the fact that there is a boss against Moreau, and I'm just going to be real with you guys. It is probably the most annoying fucking boss fight in this entire game on this difficulty. Unless you're playing the game in New Game Plus and you have like super OP weapons like, I don't know, like the stake, for example, or other guns. Excuse me. Man, it's just that time of year, guys. I am so sorry that I, seem like under the weather in this video. But yeah, here I'm upgrading like stuff, like our weapons and whatnot. What was I saying? Yeah, the boss against Moreau is so freaking annoying, and I literally cannot stand him. Very similar to Lady D, I was fighting him for like 20 minutes, maybe like half an hour actually, and it's basically like, it's not fun at all, because if you're not using any bonus weapons and you're using the weapons that the game gives you by like default, like by default, like it just takes such an annoyingly long time, dude. Like he is easily the most spongy boss in the entire freaking game, dude. And it's dumb. It's dumb because it should not be that way. Like, the fact that they made him so stupidly spongy to the point to where it's like, how are you even supposed to beat this without using the trick that I use in this video? So if you find my tips and tricks helpful, maybe subscribe and share with your friends to spread the word. Although I don't think really anyone's going to be... No one's really playing this game anymore. I mean, this game came out like in 2021, like 4 years ago. And, you know, me, I'm just getting around to like actually playing it. But, you know, I got to get this shit done before RE9 comes out, because I am definitely going to be playing through Resident Evil 9 when it comes out. And I am like super excited for that. It just looks like it looks like everything that I personally want from the next Resident Evil game. A really creepy setting. You can play the game in both third person or first person. And, of course, they have the very creepy, unsettling, like, what the fuck is that? Like, enemy that literally follows you around for, like, most of the game. And the character you play as is, like, not, you know, Grace Ashcroft. She's no, like, Leon Kennedy or, like, Chris Redfield. Like, she very much looks like someone who is out of her element. And I feel like if you want to make a Resident Evil game scary, then it's smarter to give us a character who has no idea what is even happening and is, like, out of her element, because it makes the game, like, that much scarier, in my opinion. Like, because the character actually feels vulnerable, you know? So there's a code here, and in this, like, dresser here, you basically get, I don't know what you get, but I'm pretty sure, like, you can sell this for money. So there is quite a bit of stuff in here. That's a steel, I don't even know how to pronounce that, bro. Like, that's a God of War pronunciation right there, because what that thing basically just said, you know, that's an actual character in God of War, but I don't know how to pronounce it. But there's some yellow quartz here. Took me a while to find that, by the way. And that's pretty much the end of this, like, this house here. I came back here because obviously supplies and whatnot. I forgot what I was talking about before. I'm already, like, all over the place in this video. And I was trying to get back into this building here, but I really couldn't, because this is the first building you go into where you encounter your first enemy, and if you don't get everything right then and there, then you're pretty much locked out. But the rest of the village is pretty much 100% done at this point in time, so minus a chest there that we're about to get, I think, very soon. And I did pick up this metal scrap that I missed out on before, so I'm glad that I came back up here. When I come back through here again, the fourth time after the third area, I don't think I'm going to spend anywhere near as much time exploring the village setting. So yeah, I mean, this run has been very different than, like, Resident Evil 4, for example, because I've been running around and exploring a lot more in this particular run. Yeah, I'm gonna open up this door, and there's about to be a little cutscene in here, so I will be back very shortly. So this guy is actually pretty easy to deal with. Make sure you read this here if you haven't, because it does count towards, you know, the bookworm. And I'm actually checking it out here to see how close I am to getting the bookworm challenge done. And as you can see, I only have one more log left, so I anticipate we're going to get that pretty soon here. So I think I kind of just discovered this trick by accident, but as soon as you engage in this fight, don't stare at the guy like an idiot. Head back here again through these doors to the Duke, and when you go back through those doors again, the enemies are going to be de-aggroed at that point, so they're not going to be, like, chasing you around. You can run around, basically get what you need to get, and then move on to where we're actually trying to get to in this video. I am going to sell the M19 and the Samurai's Edge, but You guys are going to see me with it later on in the video because the boss battle itself was giving me such a hard time that I think I did go back to the Duke like off screen to like purchase the weapon again because I had the money for it. And yeah, I mean, I went through pretty much all of my ammo on this freaking boss fight, but we're not there yet, so I gotta fill up the time and space by, you know, talking about other things until we get there. So as you can see, when we come back through these doors, the enemy's not going to be in front of us anymore. They're kind of up ahead. There are two of those big giant alpha guys, by the way, so be ready. We're going to come in here first, though, because in this room is the grenade launcher, so it's very important that we grab this, obviously, because we're going to need it. Even though the grenade launcher, like, damage-wise, is probably one of the weakest weapons in the game. I mean, you can go through an entire, like, supply of just, like, grenade launcher ammo, and seriously, like, the weapon will have, like, no effect on, like, whatever you're fighting. I mean, it's just the way it is, man. This is just how Village of Shadows is. The enemies, like I said, are very spongy in this difficulty, so just run by this guy. Thankfully, he didn't notice me. And there is another guy here as soon as we make our way past this sign, but we're just going to avoid him. Make your way through this slime as quickly as possible, because once you start coming up this path, they're not going to chase you anymore. So, yeah, now we have officially entered into the second area, and yeah, like I've said a million times up until this point, this area is nowhere near as bad as like the castle and some of the harder parts of this game. In fact, after we get through this area, I mean, the boss battle here at the end of this section is when the game is going to start to get hard again. And it's pretty much not going to let up until we're done with the game. So be ready, you know, because your break period is now officially over with this game. It's about to start, like, getting hard again. So, I'm shooting these animals here for their raw meat, which we're going to need, obviously. And, yeah, we got a door right there we can't open yet. We got that door which we can unlock. The little like ball puzzle thing here is right there, and we're pretty much just gonna head inside and start going down the elevator. There's a picture of the like a pig that I think we're gonna get later on. But yeah, what I was saying is, once we get to the boss battle in this section, the game is going to actually take the gloves off again and really start to get hard. So be ready. Make sure you are stocked up. I mean, you're going to go through most of your ammo fighting Moreau anyway, like I said, if you're doing things the same way that I'm doing them. But aside from the boss fight, you know, really most of what we're doing in this video is just solving puzzles, which, I mean, you can't even, I don't think you could even really call them puzzles, because the puzzles in this section aren't really that hard. I mean, you know, they're not that hard. So we can't get through this door yet because Moreau's chamber is right behind that door, and this room is pretty dead right now. There's nothing going on. There is some crystal fragments hanging up above us here in this, like, cave that you can shoot. Again, it's another thing that I grabbed, but I cut it out because I had kind of like a botched attempt, so I had to do kind of like an invisible cut here during this cutscene cinematic that's coming up.
Mother Miranda, if it's for you, I'd do anything.
I'll just be taking this.
Wait! What are you doing with Mother's special child?
She's not hers.
Oh, you have something to say?
What do you mean, Mother's special child?
Mother wants her baby back.
Don't screw with me!
Wait, please. If you take it, then the others will laugh at me. But if I do better than them...
What do I care?
Wait, just a little longer, please.
What's so funny?
You're stupid. You talk too much. It's all over. I plugged the way in.
What do you...
This is my territory. And I won't let you leave.
Shit.
Freaking disgusting, man. I swear this guy is nasty. So, yeah, don't worry about getting boxed in here. I mean, he's all dramatic, making it sound like he's sealing up the place, but this, like, slime is pretty much, you can deal with it the same way every single time. You can just shoot it a couple of times to get rid of it, or, like, knife it. So we're going to come up here to this section. We're going to, there's, you know, his chambers are not fully complete yet. We're going to knife this, and there is a little section here coming up with the lichens where we have to, like, grab the boat key. But, you know, I feel like if they actually put more enemies in this section, it would have been, like, so much harder than it actually is. I mean, this section definitely is harder than the Lady Buenaviento section, but it's still super easy. I need to stop talking about how easy it is, though. Man, I have no idea what to say at this point. So, I chose to take these guys out, and I actually got very lucky, and I, like, was able to pop a few of their heads, so, like, and kill them pretty much instantly, like this guy coming up right here in a sec. Bam! He's gone. And then I pulled the sniper out and got a very lucky shot here against this freaking guy. And then that was it. The enemies pretty much ran away. They are going to come back as soon as you go into the little shed that has the key in it. So make sure you run around and, like, explore this area here. Grab this herb. And, yeah. Jeez, man. I've never been this stun locked before on what to say in a video, bro. Like, I swear, this is insane. So, yeah, I'm actually probably going to, I've been thinking about it, like, all day in the last couple of days, but Metroid Prime 4 has officially released. I don't have a Nintendo Switch 2 yet, sadly, but I'm planning on getting one soon, and because of that, because Metroid Prime 4 just came out, like I said before, getting back onto the video for a second, as soon as you enter this building, the enemies are going to come out. So make sure you are quick and you search this area. All that's really in here is the boat key. But yeah, Metroid Prime 4 just came out, and because of that, I've been thinking about it the past few days, and I think it's about time that I get started on my Metroid Prime 2 playthrough. So that's probably what I'm going to do after this video is I'm done with this video. I'm going to start playing through Prime 2 and, like, practice the game. And I'm excited, man, because, I mean, I've gone over this before in my actual, like, Prime Remastered playthrough, but all three of those games I love to death. I used to play those games a bunch growing up, but I've never beaten any of them. I mean, I've beaten Prime 1 now, but I've never beaten Prime 2, even though I've seen the ending of Prime 2 a long time ago. I don't remember how Prime 2 even ends, though, to be honest, so I'm going into this kind of blind. And it's the same with Prime 3. It's been so long since I've, like, seen, you know, the end of that game that playing through both of those games is going to be just, like, a fresh new experience for me. But, yeah, since Prime 4 released officially a few days ago, and everyone is talking about it, I figured, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to get going on my Prime 2 playthrough because I want to. I want to play Prime 2. Prime 2 is an awesome game. I just have to figure out the right setup where I can like basically set up my my Wii sensor bar in a comfortable place and still be able to like record at the same time. Prime 2 doesn't really have that many like motion control sections in it. I mean, I'm playing the trilogy version, so you can play the game with the motion controls, but I don't have a Pro controller that I think is even gonna work on my Wii U. I don't know. I mean, I need to try it to be honest, but yeah, I Prime 3 does have a lot of really like invasive motion controls though, but yeah, I'm more than likely going to get started on Prime 2 today, so I'm actually really excited for that because I love that game. And yeah, we have another cutscene coming up right now.
What the hell? Research post or something? What the fuck are they doing here? Get off of me!
Stay the fuck down!
Ethan! I gotta say, I'm surprised you made it this far. It'd be a shame if something happened to you now.
Sure, Chris. Why not? You killed Mia. Now do me and finish the job.
Hey, Cap. I'm getting some serious motion readings out here. We should move on.
What kind of readings? What's moving?
Unknown, but my guess is we've been here too long and Miranda knows it.
Hey, did you say Miranda? How are you involved?
Leave it alone, Ethan. You are out of your depth. What about the sample analysis?
It's definitely related to the mold.
You stay out of our business, Ethan.
What business? God, Shit! Stay back!
The exit's underwater. You're done.
I don't have time for this. Miranda sent you to slow me down? You're pathetic. What are you talking about? The fuck is wrong with you?
So all you have to do is just run through that section as I just did, and you'll have no problem getting through that. We can't go down here yet, but that's pretty much where the boss battle is going to be. And now the really long, repetitive section of this area starts, where we have to get the dam back online. By the way, if you see any lag in this video, I apologize. I don't know what was going up with what was up with my capture card when I was recording this, man. This is the exact same recording sesh that I had last time in the last video. I guess I thought that I like sat down, played the game for like an hour and a half, and then forgot to stop recording. But I guess that recording session doesn't come up until later. But here I'm just selling my stuff to the Duke to stock up and whatnot, and I'm pretty sure you can combine the treasures too. So what does that say? Ralph's. I still cannot pronounce that, man. Jeez. I'm not Norse, okay? Leave me alone, people. I don't know Norse mythology. I mean, Norse is like the last thing that I would suspect to have anything to do with the Resident Evil game. So, yeah, we're picking up some, like, weapon modifications here. I think the M19 and Samurai's Edge are still fairly cheap. Like I said, keep it in mind because later on in the video I am going to go back and repurchase them off screen. I did a little bit more editing in this video because this part of the game is, like I said, it's, you know, like I have said, it's pretty slow and there's not much going on. So I figured, whatever, fuck it. You know, I'll cut through this. But, yeah, all I can think about, man, is Metroid Prime 2. I don't know what's wrong with me. Why did I have to hype myself up for Metroid Prime 2, bro? But, yeah, I mean, how's your guys' Saturday going? If you're watching this video, I'm recording this on Saturday, December 6th. It's probably going to go up on the same day, and then the no commentary version is going to go up right afterwards. And, you know, if history repeats itself, you guys are probably going to flock more towards the no commentary version because, one, like I said, not a lot of you are really playing this game anymore, I don't think. And those who are not going to come here to watch a guide, you know, or anything like that. But hopefully you guys can find some semblance of a guide or help in this video if you are playing through this game on Village of Shadows, because, yeah, I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again, this game is not easy on Village of Shadows. We are currently going through the slow stretch of the game still, but the end of this video, once we get to the end, the rest of the playthrough is going to be pretty intense. So just be ready, because the peace is not going to last forever. So there is a wooden goat that's usually back here, but I already grabbed it. There is another one that's, it's kind of like hanging up on like something that's like floating in the water, but I was trying to spot it with my sniper scope there, but I, you know, wasn't able to see it, but we're going to get it later on. I think we get like 2 wooden oxes in this video, so don't climb down the ladder just yet. First, what we're going to do is we're going to use this lever until it breaks, and that's pretty much the whole goal of this section here, is just to replace the lever, you know? There's really nothing special going on, you know, like I said. So the only thing you really have to worry about here is the fact that Moreau is going to be swinging around in his, like, fish form, and you can easily die and get swallowed up by him. So make sure you prevent that from happening. Yeah, so I think the video's gonna start lagging pretty soon for a bit. Once again, I apologize. Actually, it's not gonna lag yet, but yeah, I don't think the lag is an issue that is going to come up at all for the rest of this run. It's just something that kind of happened during this stretch of the game. When you're crossing these planks, always make sure you have, you know, enough time to get over, or else you're going to get swallowed by Moreau. Again, it's very easy. Even a toddler can do most of this shit. So I'm using the knife here. I'm trying to conserve my ammo as much as possible because, yeah, I mean, this boss, I cannot state it enough. this boss, you're really going to need as much ammo as you can. And like Lady D, you cannot miss at all. Because if you miss a single shot or more than one shot and go through all your ammo, you're pretty much screwed. I mean, you can use the knife, but it's kind of hard to use the knife, and I wouldn't recommend it if you're a newbie on this difficulty like me. But yeah, we're going through the puzzle section now, and this is where the wooden goat was, up there on that little like post there. So we're gonna start off by pushing this cart here, and yeah, so our goal is to get another cart down here so that we can cross that path there, and we're gonna go through this whole section. And if you guys can believe it, I actually did mess this section up, so I had to do another like edit. It's this is the dumb section, but I do think it is easy to mess this up if you are not paying attention and taking it for granted like me. I don't even know if I was like listening to the game anymore at this point. I think I had like my music in or my headphones in. I was just kind of like tuning the game out at this point, which is just something that I do in these videos. Like when I die over and over and over again, I don't want to listen to the dialogue and all of that repeat over and over. So I pretty much just tune the game out. So this part right here is the part that I died like twice on, because I know, embarrassingly, I died. It's easy to mess this up, but now the video is lagging. So just make sure you pull the levers in that order. The video is going to lag for a bit. Again, I apologize. I think the only reason why it's lagging here is because I had like multiple like programs opened at the same time, and usually when that has happened to me before in the past, my video hasn't lagged that much. Usually I'm pretty much on top of it. Like I'm always, when I'm recording, I'm always keeping an eye on my computer at the same time to make sure that the footage looks good here, but I don't think I was really paying attention here that much. The lag doesn't persist though for the whole video though. It is going to go away in like a minute, so I apologize for that. I really am. Y'all came here to see a 4K video, and I'm giving you a video that has freaking lag in it. So there is the next cart here. I don't know where this freaking cart came from. Maybe when we pulled that lever earlier, it like fell down on the track, and that's how we're able to push it basically. But yeah, Moreau is fucking like useless here in this section, as you can tell, and really easy to avoid. I mean, even if you're a toddler, this section is pretty easy. Minus that, lever section, which can be messed up if you're not paying attention. So here we're pulling this lever. It's going to bring up this fishing boat, and we're really close to getting that crank. So once we get that crank, we'll be able to pretty much just move on to the boss, and then this section's going to be over. So congratulate yourself, as always. You've made it very far at this point. I know these last two videos, for some of you may have viewed it as kind of like very filler-y. But, we're getting to the exciting stuff again. So shoot that lock there. I don't think you have to shoot that lock. We are going to be doing a run. My third run of this game is like a knife-only run, where you have to get through the whole game basically without using like any guns. And I do think if you want to like save up on ammo, you can knife that lock there. But again, I'm going to go over that in the video that I do for my third run of this game. So you have to grab the lever first here before you look at the stairs, because you won't be able to put the crank lever in here yet until you look at the, not the stairs actually, the ladder, my bad. So look at the ladder, inspect the ladder. Once you find out that you can't climb up this, then you're going to go back and put the crank in its spot and turn this, and then we're going to climb up, zip line all the way back down to that first crank where it broke initially, and that's pretty much the end of this section. So yeah, we are done with the Moreau section. I really feel like they kind of wasted this section, to be honest. Like, one, this section could have been so much longer, and I just feel like they could have done so much more with this section of the game. I don't know if this game was like rushed or not, but it seems to me, I've heard that the same team that did the RE3 remake is the same team that worked on this game. So, you know, if we look at the timeline there, RE3 remake came out in 2020. This game came out in 2021. So, you know, I don't know if this game straight up just was made in like a year and a half, but, you know, I do love this game. I do really, really like this game a lot. It's just that, you know, this middle section of the game, I've never really been the biggest fan of. It's like very, very short, and there's not much going on. Like, you can beat it so freaking quick here. If you know what you're doing. So here I'm solving this puzzle. You got to get the power up, but really all you got to do is just make sure that you follow that little picture up to the top right. But if you don't want to do that, then you can just, you know, make these buttons the color that I make them, and you'll solve the puzzle. Once you pull the lever, it's going to open up the dam, and then we will be able to proceed on to the boss fight against Moreau. So there is a trick here that I'm going to teach you guys, a pretty helpful strat, actually. It's going to help you guys out a lot. There's really nothing for us to buy at the shop, unfortunately. But I do think I am going to drop a save here. But yeah, I'm also going to give him all of the meat that I have, because we're still working on these recipes. I may be wrong. At the beginning of the next video, as we're making our way to the stronghold, I might actually go and explore a couple other areas outside of the village to work on a few of those recipes here. There's the boss. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about him yet, because he's not going to attack us. This is like a scripted section where he just, you know, walks away from us and then up this like mountain here. And yeah, we're on to the boss now officially. We got a little room here that we can go through. And remember, like I said, I did off screen go back to the Duke, which you can easily do. And I did purchase the Samurai's Edge and the M19 again, because I don't know how long I was fighting this guy for. I must have been fighting this guy for like 2 hours, because seriously, like, you know, it's just like such a tedious fight. So this is the actual start of the fight here. The beginning here is where I have like the most, I guess, advice and tips for you guys here. Make sure you grab this stuff here first. As soon as you get to a certain point, craft as many health drinks as you can. He's going to burst out and start coming at us. Make sure you have the sniper rifle equipped, and you can get a couple of good shots on him here. You're going to want to shoot, you know, obviously the little like human inside of the creature, which is Moreau. Kind of like Lady D, same thing. You know, she turned into that giant dragon, but you want to focus on shooting the actual like humanoid part itself. Get as many sniper shots in as you can, and then set a mine here. There's a chance that it, you know, won't do anything, because if he's in a certain state, then it's not going to do shit. Don't get anywhere near him when he's like spitting that acid at you. And yeah, I think I get hit here, right? No, I don't. Okay. So I always take this pattern pretty much every single time. The beginning of this fight, we're pretty much waiting for him to get into the state where once he gets into that state, we can then do the trick, the helpful strat that I'm going to show you guys. There are also barrels here that you can use. There's plenty of ammo and resources laying around that I did come to get. So if you ever run out of ammo, just go around and search for it, and you should be able to get it. And I took a hit there. But yeah, the big helpful strat that I used in this video basically involves getting Moreau kind of like stuck in this position where you can just like unload on him. Not, you know, really quickly. You just basically, you know, wait for him to open himself up, shoot. Wait for him to open himself up, shoot. And you basically just do that over and over and over again for the entire fight. He will start to change color as, you know, he gets closer and closer to death. But like I said, this is the most spongy enemy in the game. When he climbs up on top of the building here, make sure you are underneath some cover here, because if not, if you're not under cover, then basically, you know, he's going to get you and do a lot of damage, kind of like Lady D and the bugs that she throws at you. And this is the trick here. Make sure you're in this spot that I'm in right now. You want to kind of bait him into jumping down. And once he jumps down, we're going to hang around this wall here, this edge here. And the reason why we're doing this is because very quickly, if you're successful, you can get him stuck in this spot here like I am right now. Once he's stuck in this position, it's pretty much the same thing every time. He'll open himself up to an attack, and as long as you look up and to the right, you can shoot him and always get a shot off on him. Now, you're going to have to do this for a very long time, though. And whenever he spits the acid at you, back up and make sure you get away from him. Don't go past the post to the right, because once you do, you know, you're going to get him, basically, he's going to become unstuck, and then he's going to start chasing you around again. You know, he becomes infinitely harder when he's actually chasing you around, because there are a lot of attacks that he does that are just really hard to avoid and really annoying. So this is the best way to do it, in my opinion, just to get him stuck here in this position and basically just get a shot off on him every single chance that you can. I was doing this for about 20 minutes here, went through a majority of my ammo, but the fight is pretty much almost over, and once the fight ends, there's a good stretch of this video where I'm just going to let the game play, and then I will come back one last time to conclude the commentary for this video.
Oh, damn you!
In death as he was in life. Disgusting. The exit's up ahead.
You're better off than I thought.
Who's that?
Oh, come on. We just met a while back, not that it really matters.
You're the last asshole in my way, aren't you?
You've got fight. I'll give you that, Ethan. But what's the plan when you have all 4 flasks?
What are you trying to get at?
I could lend you a hand.
Trying to get on my good side?
Now don't get cocky. I'd kill you if you weren't worth the trouble. There's a stronghold not too far outside the village. Go there and get my flask. Do that, and you pass. First, head back to the graveyard.
Self-centered prick.
And there's a little bit of a sneak peek at where we're headed next here. So we got a Kadoa here in a little jar. We're not going to leave this area quite yet, because as you guys can see, there's a treasure chest there. So now that the water is drained, we can go there and get that, and get some fish and a wooden goat and stuff. And after that, that's pretty much the end of this video. I ended off on the elevator, like as we're going back up to the main area again, just like I did with the last video. But yeah, that's the end of the hardest part of this section. Like I have said many times, the game is going to get tough now. Once you get to the stronghold, that's when the game really kind of like, you know, just steps on it with the difficulty. That was not a good analogy. I don't know why I said that. Jeez. my commentary is shit. But then again, when I always feel like my commentary is shit, and then when I listen back to these videos, it's like my commentary is really not that bad. It's just like I'm talking so fast that like, you know, I don't have time to like think about what I just said. So there are 2 fish here in this area that I'm gonna get. These fish actually took me a while to get because it's kind of hard to like see them, and they're big fish too. Like they take a lot to kill here, but make sure you kill them because we need the meat and the poultry and all of that, and in order to like, you know, get the recipes. And there's another fish here. And I just decided to use my knife. This took me like over a minute here, so I had to do some editing here. It took me many slashes of the knife to get this guy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a wooden ox right in front of us that I walk right by, but thankfully I bring up my guide and am like, hold on, wait a minute. I missed a wooden ox here, and I actually do go back and get it. Yeah, that's pretty much all that's left of this video. I don't really have much else to say to you guys here. I mean, this is a pretty short one, shortest one so far. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, as usual, please comment, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'm just going to stop talking right now because I really have nothing else to say. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.
Ugh.